It's Friday afternoon, which means it's time for your favorite comedy talk show, The Random Christian Show. Today, The Random Christian Show is talking with comedian Leon the Jokester. The Random Christian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena. 3 unique blended salsas made with fresh cilantro and just the right amount of heat. To find where you can buy Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. Created by Colonel James Neil Broaddus, this Facebook group is a great resource and network for creatives. Contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Christian Show can now be seen and heard on the Rabbit and Red Radio Network. Check them out at rabbitandredradio.com. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify or at deadcampers.com. Like what you hear? Don't forget to take a quick second to like, follow, and subscribe to get notifications when we go live. Now here's your host, Christian Random.
Hey, it's Friday. It's this afternoon, and that's not Andy, but I am Christian Random, and this is the Random Christian Show. Thank you all so much for being a part of it. It's 4-ish. We're 4-ish, as usual. We're right on time in some part of a galaxy far
I reset my watch
away. Yeah, well, then see, if everybody just resets it to the random time, then we all know how well we are right on the nose with starting the show. Hello, welcome to it. Hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you all for being a part of this. Andy, unfortunately, had to get sucked into meetings again, but our good friend from Oxymorons Comedy, Mr. Trip Uhalt, right here, he has offered to come in, hang out with us, guest host, and play the game with us. We've got Leon the Jokester coming up out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, and very excited about this. Leon, great comedian, pastor. He's bringing the word of God and bringing laughter along with it, which nothing heals anything better than a little bit of laughter, right, Trip?
That's right.
That's what they
say. It's the best medicine.
They
right,
do say
right after you talk to a real doctor.
Yeah, who pumps you full of pills and makes you laugh and possibly pass out. And then things get weird in the end, and there's problems, but there's a bill, basically, is what I'm saying. And
well, yeah, and as soon as you're healed, once the bill arrives, then you're back in for some serious testing and trauma and PTSD.
You go to the other doctor, the psychological doctor,
right?
Or therapist, I guess, and they nurture you and convince you to pay their bill, which is 10 times the actual physical doctor. I'm leaving it alone at this point. I'm going to let it go. So yeah, we're back. We took a week off. It was my birthday, and thought I'd do something to celebrate.
Tell us more. Curious minds want to know. What did you do for your birthday?
Went out to a nice dinner downtown in Kansas City, Missouri here, a place called Tailleur, I guess. It's a French-inspired restaurant. Very, very nice. Got to sit there and watch the chef work with his crew. It's a kind of an open-ish kitchen in a way. Just amazing.
Did you have more than one fork?
No. Well, actually, yes. Yes, there was.
More than one fork and more than one spoon. Yeah, pretty classy place. No sporks.
I was going to say I actually had my my pocket spork, which I need to get another one. But
this is a man. He doesn't need a Swiss Army knife. He has a spork.
I have a spork. That's all I need. I can tunnel through anything and still eat a bowl of ramen soup with chunks. Yeah, that's where the spork came from.
Is that? We've learned already today, kids.
Yes, already. Yes, and we're all so much better for it at this point. There we go. So that's fired everything up. No, had a great time and just relaxed. When you get to be my age, just having some time to.
Now, this birthday didn't have a 0 in it, did it?
No, that'll be
Okay,
next
all right.
year.
So,
No.
those are the ones to celebrate.
Yeah. See, at this point, it's like, oh well, I actually made it another 10 years, and so here I am.
Well,
It's
hopefully your
kind of,
mind and your body, make the finish line at the same time. Probably not. So enjoy your youth there, Mr. Christian.
yeah, no, the mind has long since left the body, and this is what
Yeah,
we're left with right
yeah.
here.
This is what's left over after you do radio, right?
Yeah, that's why I have this face for radio. It works well, and then I vogue and walk like an Egyptian. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so yeah, Leon the Jokester, very excited. He actually sought us out. I know, I couldn't believe it either. But he said, "Hey, man, I want to come on your show," and I was like, "Okay." $30 later, and a donation to my favorite charity, and now Leon's on the show. Plus, I get a free chocolate bar that I'm hoping is in the mail. Leon, he's in the green room right now. We
He's.
got
I think I saw him getting into your Halloween candy.
yeah. Nobody gets into my Halloween candy. Now I do have the Almond Joy Halloween candy that I save for trick or treaters because that's my trick to them.
You didn't go through and pick them all out, did you? You picked out all the good stuff, and you left only the Ike and Mike licorice.
The black licorice and coconut covered chocolate. No, that's for the trick or treaters. You get trick or treat trick. There you go. See you later. Bye.
You can be like me, you can go to the store, and get the good deals at the end of September, early October,
Oh,
and to get your trick or treat candy, and then you can go to the store 4 more times because I ate all the trick or treat candy.
yeah. No, and that's always the best. It's always right after Easter. Everything's like
Oh yeah,
half off, and Christmas and Halloween, and so yeah, I'm waiting for November 1st, baby. Daddy gonna go shopping.
Oh yeah, you got the half off chug. Well, hey, it's going to be a special treat at the Christian home this Halloween for sure.
Nope, lights are off and nobody's home. So tricks
Wait,
on them.
Are you talking about your house or yourself?
Little column A, little column B trip. It's
Okay.
Little yeah. It all works together, and again, I'm still happy and full of candy at the end of it. So
Well, see, I as far as New Year's resolutions, I started the year, I wanted to lose 15 pounds, and now here it is, almost November. I got 35 to go.
Dude, there it is. There it is. This is what trip is so good. See, I'm ready today. Last time you were on, I was not able to hit the rim shot button fast enough.
We practiced, folks. We practiced. Working out for the Halloween candy barrage. Wanted to get in shape, so I went out. I bought a dog. I named him 5 Miles, so I can tell people I walk 5 miles every day.
There it is. There it is.
I refuse to go to the gym, though. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to go to the gym. I consider that resistance training.
There it is. And I was actually going to say, do you just have Jim come and deliver your pizza, or is Jim?
Well, you talk about Jim. I actually renamed my toilet from John to Jim because it sounds more impressive when I say I'm going there.
I'm not fast enough with this anymore. Yep, that's right.
This is what we do in the improv world. We just recall, let's make it up. It's whatever we can get away with.
We really do need a live studio audience trip, so we may have to work this out somehow. So we have at least 3 or, well, we can maybe hire some kids or something.
Literally tens of people.
Yeah, tens or half.
You fit them in the foyer of your house in the new sunroom.
Yeah,
in the new edition,
Yes.
in the Mrs. Christian wing,
Right.
because of all the money that you're making with this show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally tens of
Some.
dollars.
Yeah. Um, Actually, I think we did make $11.37 over the past quarter from Spreaker. So thank you, Spreaker, and everybody who listened. And I
The
got a
IRS
third
is
of a
going to
cent
hear you.
for everybody who listened. No, and now, again, Trip is with Oxymorons Comedy, and you guys are an improv group based out of Colorado Springs. Do a lot of your work out there in the Colorado area. Are you guys doing anything special for the Halloween?
As a matter of fact, yeah. Well, we have a standing gig. We got a contractually signed to the Peak Improv Theater here in town at the in the bingo building of at North Carefree and Academy Boulevard. So if the comedy doesn't go well, you can go over and try your luck at bingo. Uh, but no, we already did our Halloween show, our Hallow Scream show earlier in the month. We're the second Saturday of
Mhm.
every month, and so yeah, we had to do it a little bit early. But we do have a show coming up on November 9th. We're working with the Help Autism Center. You remember Jeff Valdez, the comedian
Yeah,
here in town,
yeah.
Jeff Valdez Comedy Corner? Well, his roommate, Brian Hall, actually runs the Help Autism Center, his former roommate runs the Help Autism Center, and they are doing a lot with dogs, with personal dogs that they are training. And if you sign up, get on the list, you can actually get a free service dog that they are providing. And so we're doing a show this Saturday the 9th. The show starts at 6, and they're for $25. They're going to feed you some pasta from Slice 420, and then at 7 o'clock, the Oxymorons take the stage, and you get clean, award-winning, family-friendly comedy for the rest of the night. We've been voted best of the Springs since we started in January 2019 was our first show, and we flip back, we flip back and forth between gold and silver, gold and silver. And then in December, on December 7th, a day that will live in infamy, we're doing another fundraising show for Mercy at Miramont Castle, where we are going to raise money with Pappy, the piano man, Sorrell. So Pappy has, I tell you, man, the guy comes on like a live wire. He makes a triple shot espresso mocha loco chocolate look calm and sedate. And he plays the piano, sing along. And we're going to be raising money for Mercy at Miramont, which is the charity there at Miramont Castle. And on Christmas Eve, they provide a swanky dinner for about 150 people, their families, kids and moms and dads. They give out clothes for school. They give out toys. And it's just a wonderful opportunity. So you can see all that on our website on oxymorons.com or our link tree.
There you
And
go.
let's see, let's see if I can do this screen share, right? If I can show you the screen, if you go to oxymoronscomedy.com, it looks like this.
All right, hold on.
There
we go.
Look at that. I love it when a plan comes together.
Dun, dun. Oh, here. There we go. All right, so let me make this a little bit bigger here. Hold on. So there we go. We've got the show info, November 9th, Saturday, 6 p.m. You can get tickets. If you just go to their website, you can click on this. It got all the links right there, don't it?
Yes, it does. And that little crazy thing down in the right-hand corner, you shoot that, and you can you'll go to all our link tree. You can get tickets. You can go to the website. You can go to our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube. Everything one-stop shopping. Operators are standing by. There's no room to sit.
Call now. Call often. Call today.
Sunday. No, Saturday. Come out for the Lull, Eat, and Help Autism show. Pasta provided by Slice 420, and we're going to be helping autism.
Dude, that's awesome. And I'll tell you, my nephew is autistic, and he back in the day when he was a lot younger, they my sister had to raise a bunch of money to. These dogs are not cheap, so this is a huge opportunity to help these people, help these autistic kids, and There's a lot of work and a lot of training that goes in with these dogs, and what these dogs do is just absolutely amazing. How it helps these kids and adults with autism. I mean, it senses when they're about to be triggered. It's miraculous to watch how this dog works, or these dogs work, I guess I should say. It did wonders for my nephew. So yeah, great cause, man. I'm very, very excited for this. And now they can go to your website, click on the QR code here, take a little picture of that. Let me maximize this one more time so everybody can see it real well. Click on the QR code, or just go to oxymorons.com, right? Or
Oxymorons Comedy.
Yes, sorry.
Oxymoronscomedy.com. And yeah, you can get all the info there. There's actually more on this screen. I don't know if you can see it as I scroll through.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, some other things that are going to happen is we're going to be raffling off free door prizes. Free! You can win passes to Cave of the Winds and go on a cave tour, or the world famous Pterodactyl, which is a giant canyon swing. It's been featured on the NBC Today show. It's been on the Travel Channel. It's been on Extreme Screams. It's been on the Discovery Channel. It's been on Nat Geo's Brain Games. We dump you off a cliff 180 feet down at 100 miles an hour, pulling 2.5 Gs. 400 feet away in less than 4 seconds. The chair does fly faster than vomit. Don't ask how we know. And we're also going to be raffling off some other tickets to the Cliff Dwellings and Chewy's Mexican Restaurant. And we're going to have some silent auction for more Pikes Peak country attractions. Royal Gorge Bridge and Park. Going to have some Christmas lights on the bridge. And also Pikes Peak America's Highway. It's going to be a win-win for everyone. And for just $25, you can help Help Autism, some help dogs, and some service dogs, and they will be trained. And I don't know how they're going to figure out who gets what dog, but you do get it for free.
Yeah. And again, it is absolutely amazing what these animals do to help these people out. It's so good to see. All right, well, there you go. And so now you got some planning to do, is basically what's happening. Now, speaking of planning, we've kind of changed the way we're doing things up here a little bit. And again, Trip has been very, very kind to step in and help us out, co-hosting this week.
The bar was pretty low.
Well, but you raise it every damn time you're on this show, buddy.
Hang on, where do I write that check? Is that Christian with a C or a K?
Either one will work. Just make sure it's spelled CASH.
Right.
There. So hey, man. I mean, I've been kind of scrolling through the news. I'm not a huge news buff, but there's been a lot of interesting things going on, especially with elections and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Here we go. But did you hear about Mr. Bill Clinton? It was in the news the other week. Apparently,
what's Slick Willie up to?
Apparently, old Billy, he was mistaken for our current president, Joe Biden. Former president was quick to correct the young ladies that were concerned and let them know, hey, I'm still good with the staff over there at the White House, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. We're trying.
Well, Bill gets around.
Yeah. And around. There was a man accused of a potential third assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. He spoke out last week against the fact that throwing a frisbee at a rally for the candidate is not really an attempt on the former president's life, even though his frisbee golf life partner, did say it could really hurt bad as he was winged by an errant tee shot.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of golf, last time I went out to play golf, I almost got a hole in one.
Did you?
I did. I missed it by 7 strokes.
on the.
Those darn dinosaurs and windmills, I tell you. But frisbee golf, that's nothing to be reckoned with. He should have used a boomerang. That way, when you miss it, comes back.
At least, well, in theory, a frisbee usually can come back sometimes. I'm just not sure.
Kind of brings new meaning to the term whammo.
Right? Yay! Hey! I was a little late on that one. Sorry. This is why we pay Tripp all the money for him to be on here. By the way, let's see. Oh, this just in. U.S. troops. U.S. is going to send troops out to Israel to operate the anti-missile system. Well, apparently they tried outsourcing it, but decided against it after being on hold for over 40 minutes. So there's that.
Well, with the Chinese making the rockets, we may just detonate them right there where they're making them.
The outsourcing, it's gotten a little out of control. There was a 38-year-old woman who died after being bit by a hamster. Suspects Mickey Mouse, Jerry Mouse, Rocky the Flying Squirrel, and Speedy Gonzales were all rounded up, but quickly released after the DNA samples proved that they weren't hamsters. It was also detained a Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, but were also released just after admitting to having a really crazy night and too many Scooby snacks.
Those pesky kids. I would have gotten away with it, too, if they hadn't been meddling.
Right. Yes. I'm so glad
Mr. Dithers.
We're on the same page.
These weren't life-size hamsters, were they? Were they small little pocket-sized creatures, or were they full-fledged, like 6 foot tall?
We'll have to do a little more research on that.
All right. Hey, if it's news to you, it's news to us.
Right, there it is. Last week an Oregon man looked to start his life over, leaving his family and friends in Medford, Oregon, and was going to fly to Arkansas. Well, nothing says starting your life over like going to Arkansas. He left on a plane.
Marijuana is legal there in Oregon, right?
What's that?
Marijuana is legal there in Oregon. See, you legalize pot, then look what happens.
Right. Well, and then he flew. He was flying to
without a plane.
Yeah. He was. He had a changeover in Denver at the DIA airport. At the Denver International Airport, I call it DIA. The man disappeared and never boarded his connecting flight. His family
but his luggage did.
Yeah, well, apparently not yet.
He got lost, but his luggage did not.
Right. His family said it's just not like him to disappear, and authorities have begun a missing person search. So, here's a big clue. Guy was looking to start his life over. He's on it. He's achieved what he's doing. He's started his life over and doesn't need anybody.
He's hidden in baggage claim at Denver International Airport. The family's looking for him, asking people. It's like
probably just riding around on the trams down at the airport.
So many places he can hide.
Right. Hey, the Orionids meteor shower.
Orionid meteor shower.
Yeah. That was at its peak last weekend. Viewers described it as one of the most boring things they've ever seen. Yeah, that was actually in quotes.
Well, unless they spent any time with the guy trying to start his life over, listening to him tell his story.
Right. In fact, I'm going to make that.
That was a close second.
Well, he was in Denver, and marijuana's legal in Denver. Gonna make that little note there as well. Signing off on that. And the meteor shower. Just gonna let that go. Oh, here's a good one. An Alabama man was handcuffed in custody and escaped after faking chest pains at a Miami hospital, where he fled away in a waiting Maserati. You can't make this stuff up. This is from iHeart News, by the way. Police are asking for help in locating the man in his silver Maserati with Alabama license plates. They gave a number, but I'm not going to get involved.
That's an oxymoron right there. Alabama plates on a Maserati.
Oh, it gets better. I mean, this gentleman has a lengthy criminal record of petty crimes, the majority of being evading police and high-speed chases. You'd think somebody noticed the pattern here on the man escaping the police after being
Silver
arrested.
Maserati with Alabama plates can't be that hard to find.
Yeah, that's last seen heading towards Jupiter, Florida, when is the last time he was tracked, and well, maybe he's gone to Jupiter now. Who knows?
Top down, mullet blowing in the wind.
Wouldn't be hard to find, I wouldn't think.
Rather than a cup holder, it has a spit cup holder.
Hey, they're good. They're good for that. They really are. Not that I would know anymore because I don't do that. Kamala Harris has taken a surprise new turn in her campaign for presidency on the last 2 weeks. In a shocking move yesterday, the vice president released a statement calling out former President Trump to a street rules all-out fight behind Dale's Tavern around 3 a.m. after karaoke and 2-for-1 mudslides and dollar tequila shots. It's a winner takes all, and loser pays for the 3 weeks of all-you-can-eat wings. I want to see that. That's a pay-per-view. That is a pay-per-view.
Next show. Next show. Coming to a Random Christian show near you.
Right? Yeah.
Well, with the cage match, it was a weighty fight.
Are you calling me fat?
No.
It's just a heavy subject.
It really is. It just keeps coming around again.
That one's mine.
That was yours.
I reeled you in on that one, baby. Let's see. Here's a shocker. Ex-Abercrombie & Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries was arrested in a sex trafficking probe.
It's a family-friendly show. I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah, you mean one of the guys that used half-naked teen children to sell clothing was involved in sex trafficking racket, and no one saw that coming. It's like saying that McDonald's serving suggestions were created in your best interest, like the free soda refills and supersizing for only $1 more. Yeah, there it is. That's the red alert. That means, yeah.
I'm tapping out on that one.
Yeah. That one go. Financial news today. The new federal income tax brackets have been announced. We're still getting screwed. I'm making a note.
Finally, some truth in news.
Right. Well, I'm making a note here to pass that on to the wife. We're still screwed. All right. The Mars rover sent back reports of an eerie human face that was seemingly carved into a rock. Okay. There were following reports of other rocks that looked like bunnies, and one appeared to be a dragon, which then prompted several NASA employees to be sent out for drug testing, which apparently ruined the vibe, and a majority of employees leaving to get chai teas and doing meditative yoga and frisbee golf. So maybe
turns out it was a DIA guy he had started his life over, was the face on Mars.
Oh, whoa. There we go. Chip's nailing it again. All right. Okay, here's this sounds like you wrote this headline here, Trip. An 8-year-old girl reportedly fought off a kidnapper wearing a clown mask. When asked how she did it, she quickly replied that she had no idea he was afraid of clowns. There it is. There.
That's the way it was written. Yeah, was she wearing a clown mask or he? But yes, clowns are as much. It brings back so many memories and nightmares.
Yeah. So hey, you hear that music?
I do.
That you know what that means?
I do.
That means it's time for the Random 9 list. Yeah. A little applause for that one there.
Right.
Actually, Trip Uhalt, our good friend here, is going to be presenting us a list of 9 random fun facts that we've had a crack research team put together and bring to you real quickly and real fun. It's called the Random 9 list. And Trip, what is the title of this week's Random 9 list?
This is called Halloween Things You May or May Not Have Known.
I'm not
sure. That may not have known.
I'm quite ready for this, but I'm going to we're gonna let it roll. We're gonna let it roll, baby.
All right. Well, this is a joint effort between. This is a joint effort between Andy and myself. Personally, I think he was knee deep in the candy, but originally, milk duds were intended to be made as perfect circles. The government got involved, saying we're here to help, and well, that's how we got roofing tar.
Boom.
See, I bet you. I knew you didn't know that. Number 8. Candy corn was originally called chicken feed. Now it's just called gross, and reminds me of an old girlfriend's smile.
Oh, that's rough. That's
number 7. Number 7? Did you know? Are you aware? Finding a spider on a Halloween candy bar is considered good luck. Did you also know finding only half a spider is a totally different kind of luck?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Hey, as a side note, I've heard that through your life, while you sleep, you ingest about 17 spiders in your whole lifetime.
All right, that's enough. That's
enough. Okay. Moving on to number 6.
Never
number
eating
6,
sleeping again.
If you're over the age of 13 in Belleville, Missouri, you cannot ask for Halloween candy, or as my dad called it, get a job and go buy your own candy.
I was going to say.
That candy ain't going to buy itself.
No, it ain't. Neither is that car getting washed by itself. Now get out there. It's 10 below that. I don't care. You want to go to the movies or not? Yes, Father.
I remember when I was younger, my dad was washing the car with my brother, and my sister said, well, why don't you go out and give Dad a sponge? I'll wait. Washing the car with my brother instead of a sponge. Number 5. The largest Halloween parade.
I'm not sure how many other people did, but I got it.
You can pay for this kind of comedy elsewhere. You're getting it here for free.
Remember, November 9th, kids. November 9th.
November 9th. Yeah. The largest Halloween parade in the United States is held annually in New York City. The smallest parade is me marching to the kitchen all month long to get more candy throughout October.
Hey, yeah. That's what.
Number 4.
Number 4. Hold on.
Number 4. The first jack-o'-lanterns were carved from turnips because no one wants to eat turnips. And that's why we turn up our nose at them.
Okay.
Like I said, this is a collaboration between Andy and myself. That was one of mine. The fear of number 3, the fear of Halloween is called Samhainophobia, while the fear of candy is called nonsense.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
That's yeah. That's true. Very true.
Hey, number 2, if you give out Brussels sprouts dipped in chocolate disguised as Linder's fine chocolate, your house will be the favorite on Halloween night, but only for a little while.
And then they'll all be thrown through your front window is what will...
Yeah, that's where the tricking comes in, plays big.
Right. All right, so now we're ready for the number one.
The number one, Halloween is the best time of year we can go out and pretend to be our favorite thing. That's why I'm going out as a paid-off student loan.
Boom. There it is. Hey-o. But damn.
Oh, thank you, Andy. It's like Andy and I are the same person, Unagi.
One in the same and all together. All too well. Nope, that was awesome. Trip, thank you so much. You nailed it, as always, sir. Random 9 List is brought to you by Oxymorons Comedy Group. That's right. You can find them on the old oxymoronscomedy.com. That's right. In the meantime,
on the interweb.
We've got a little special thing for you, a little political announcement and statement from our friends in a galaxy far, far away.
Better not be a pun.
Stormtroopers!
Drop your weapons.
Drop
Do
them!
it.
Follow you!
Do it right now. Lower your weapon. Do it now. Put the gun down.
Stylish bastards.
I'm serious.
You better drop down!
Drop your weapon.
Surrender to
Lower
this!
your
Drop it!
fire.
I'll shoot! Don't shoot!
Okay. All right. Everybody be cool.
Lower your weapons!
You lower yours.
I asked first.
No, I didn't.
Shut up. We seem to have a situation here. Good news is, nobody shot anybody yet. Shall we keep it that way? Sounds promising.
Then lower your weapons and surrender to the might of the Galactic Empire!
What? All two of you?
Shut up.
Palpitunes, play epic standoff music.
Turn off that damn music. What are you guys doing out here anyway?
Deserters, I'll bet.
Good. We got separated from our unit. Same.
Typical rebel incompetence.
Son.
So, I have a question. Shoot. I mean, figuratively, of course. Are you guys really grown in pods? What? In pods, you know, accelerated growth. Are you guys twins under there?
You're thinking of clones, son. There haven't been clones in the troops for quite a while.
So you're not, like, mentally 5 years old?
You know, that would explain a bit.
Ooh, is that the A280?
Yep,
How do you find it?
it does the job.
Capacity?
50 shots per mag.
My E11 does 100.
Nice. How many of them actually hit something?
Now, listen, that is a gross, untrue generalization, you little... God. Okay, fine. Speaking of hurtful rumors, I heard that the rebels name their ships after letters because they're too dumb to spell spaceship.
Well, I heard that Darth Vader is actually 3 Jawas standing on top of each other.
I heard Mon Mothma has a secret sex dungeon.
I heard that Palpatine died years ago, and now he's operated by a complex system of ropes and pulleys.
I heard the recruitment standards are dropping across the galaxy. Uh-huh.
Well, I heard that Princess Leia kissed her brother.
Whoa!
Hey now. Too far, son. She doesn't even have a brother. She's a classic only child.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
just got worked up.
No problem.
She's actually quite lovely.
He's got a crush.
Holy shit, dude! I told you that in confidence.
Hey, it's okay. You're not alone. Trust me.
She's just so dreamy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, I've gotta ask. What is that smell?
Threw up in his helmet.
Dude!
Oh, man. That sucks.
It's really nasty.
So, what do we do now? My arms are getting tired.
Then lower your weapons, rebels.
We're a bit beyond that now, son.
Okay.
Look, here's the way I see it. It's just the 4 of us. There's no commanding officers here. You want to get to your transports. We want to regroup with our forces. Let's just pretend this never happened. So wait, we just go our separate ways and kill each other later? Pretty much. Come on, kid.
Seriously?
Yeah, transport won't wait forever.
They're imps, man.
Yeah, and they're just a pair of regular guys like us. I don't think they really want to die. Or the Empire.
Aren't we going to get in trouble for this?
Trouble for what? We escaped our walker and had a clear walk to the base.
Ah, gotcha.
Now you're catching on.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see. Because of all
Yeah,
the...
I get it.
Okay. It was quite a frosty reception. Good thing we didn't pass the point of no return. That would have been a slippery slope. But don't worry, I would have avenged you. After all, it is a dish best served. Oh!
On us, and what isn't more festive than salsa? What, you don't think salsa screams happy holidays? Well, then you haven't had Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. It's made with the freshest ingredients and delicious cilantro. Mrs. A's has 3 amazing flavors that beg to be paired with your holiday treats. There's the original, which pleases even the most finicky of tastes. Then there's the amazing salsa verde that would make even the Grinch smile with delight. And to warm you up, the hot salsa has just enough heat and it's full of flavor. Now the best part is there's no onions. That's right, so you won't be ruining the fun or your date with onion breath. Mrs. A's famous salsa buena is located in the refrigeration section of your favorite grocer to stay as fresh and delicious as possible. You can find Mrs. A's famous salsa buena from the West Coast all the way through the Rockies and expanding every day. If you can't find it, demand that your grocer go get Mrs. A's famous salsa buena and get your holidays partying. Go to mrsafamous.com to find out more. Heyo, heyo, heyo. Guess what time it is, kids? That's right. That beat means it's time to bring in our special guest, and that is the man, the myth, the jokester of all jokesters. It is Leon the Jokester. Hey-o!
Hey, guys.
Yo, buddy.
How y'all doing?
How are you
Hey,
doing?
Leon.
Can you hear me?
What's going on, buddy?
What's going down?
Hey, how you doing, Leon? Leon, welcome to the Random Christian Show, sir. You asked for it. Now you got it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a real podcast unless I put on this.
So now you won't be able to see or hear us.
Got that right.
All right. Hey, man, thanks so much for being here and being a part of this. And thanks for asking to come on the show. This is great. We're so excited to have you. And by the way, yeah, Tim Melia, thank you for joining in. I'm glad you enjoyed the far away comments there. Our chat is not working as well as I'd like it to, so I apologize for delays in responses. There he is right there. Mr. Tim Melia, one of our regulars that joins in all the time. Thank you, sir. So Leon,
Yeah.
Leon the Jokester, you're out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa.
And now, were you born and raised out there in Tulsa?
No, San Diego, California.
Oh, Sandique with the
Yeah.
freaks.
Yes, and lived in St. Louis, Missouri for about 8 years. And then I came down to Tulsa for college, Oral Roberts University, graduated in 2010, and we just stayed put, wife and our son.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been kind of all around like I have. I grew up in the Bay Area and then traveled all over California.
Yes.
And Nevada, and Arizona, Colorado.
Stint in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tripp said he was in Colorado Springs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
Colorado hat there.
I was just
Yeah.
this past summer, my first time in Colorado camping, of all places. We went through Denver, and I just remember being scared straight because no one told me about like the elevation of the mountains. Like if you've never been to Colorado, then you're hearing, oh, Rocky Mountains, blah blah blah. But when you actually are going in a circle up higher and higher and into the mountains, it's a whole nother lifestyle. I said, oh, I can't live out here. It's beautiful from what I can see, but it's definitely different.
Yeah. There's
Pikes Peak is right outside the window. It's over a mile higher than we are. We're at a mile above sea level. From the top of Pikes Peak at 14,000 feet. I can see your house from up there, Leon.
you can see the world from up there. You can see the arc of the earth from up there, for God's sakes.
I'll say.
What brought you to Colorado, Leon?
You said what?
What brought you to Colorado?
Oh, the camping trip.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Where'd you camp?
My wife and her friends were like, we got to go camping in Colorado. And I was excited because all my life I've heard, got to go to Colorado. But man, being in the mountains, I think we were 12,000 feet. Man, what was the name of that place? All I remember is after we got all the way to the top of the mountain, they said, now you have to go down the other way. And then when you go down, it's the most popular place in Colorado, but I can't remember. It's something Park.
Estes Park?
Oh,
Yes.
Estes Park? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was on that mountaintop, and they were like, you got to go down to Estes Park. I said, no, we're okay. So we went back down, but the way we came up, that's how freaked out we were.
Yeah, Estes Park is where the hotel is that inspired the show The Shining.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
See, you could have gone there and gotten all creeped out and been afraid of heights all at the same time. It was awesome.
Wait a minute, you telling me the Jack Nicholson movie was filmed right there?
Yeah.
No, actually, that's just where the movie. That's where the story was inspired. The movie was actually shot on Mount Hood out in Oregon, way up there at Timberline. I forget the name of the hotel, but no, he stayed in the Stanley Hotel there in Estes Park.
Oh my goodness, man, that's crazy. I'm always cracking jokes about that movie too when I'm trying to write jokes and my wife and son won't leave me alone. And I always refer to The Shining, man. I was like, look here. So one day my wife came in and she was looking at my laptop, I guess, and she said, why are you repeating the same thing over and over? I was like, you guys can leave me alone.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
So
Leon's just writing some jokes. Leon's just writing some jokes.
Yeah.
Leon's writing some jokes.
So that's why I keep my rim shot real close.
Nice.
Hey-o. There we go. Yeah, and hey, we got this too. There you go.
Yeah, the Jamaican horn is classic. If you're a DJ and you don't have that, then something's wrong. You're an amateur for DJing without that sound effect. Yes.
Well, spend any time with Christian, and you'll find out there's a lot wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a list.
Something.
There's a list, and there's many people who can let you know all about that list. Trip being one of them, for sure. Thank goodness Andy's not here at this point because he has 3 lists. All right, so now Leon, okay, you've been a traveling man. We get that. Now you're also a pastor.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now what came first, the comedy or the pastoring?
The pastoring.
The pastoring. All right. How long you been pastoring, man?
Man, we can say a strong 15 years.
Beautiful.
The youth minister at a church called Church of Love, and then I did some years there. And then after that, I stepped down from being a case manager of 10 years, helping people with disabilities. And then I became disabled, so I guess it was contagious. And after that, I just said, what am I going to do with my life? I don't have my case management job anymore. And so I just said, let me step into comedy, and it worked out for me. 10 years strong.
Wow, beautiful, man. And so you've been doing stand up. Do you do improv like Tim Trip here does, or
Not
are
on
you
the
just basically doing the lone wolf stand up thing?
Yeah, the improving is something that I really, really like, but I haven't like because in Tulsa it's different. Like in Colorado Springs, I'm sure you can walk down the street and be like, I want to sign up for some classes, but out here it's more so just the stand up is what people focus on here. But with me, I treat comedy like martial arts, mixed martial arts. So I want to do the improv, I want to do storytelling, sketches, and just throw it all on the stage. And so hopefully one day there is a really good improv studio in Oklahoma City, but 90-minute drive there and back, you gotta make a right trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit much after a minute.
I got some friends in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Yeah, it's they're both a long way from nowhere. Enid is close.
Yeah, yes.
How does the comedy and the pastoring what's the marriage there? How do you roll those into each other?
Yeah, I would like to think so. Not too preachy at this that comedy like the stand up the comedy club for me it's almost like when you pay to go into an amusement park, you're going there for the roller coasters, right? So with some people it may be the food. So I've
Right.
looked at, you can go into
Like
the
me.
obviously like, oh, I'm a preach, and then you go into the comedy club. Okay, let's tell some jokes. If you get booked at a church, then obviously you'll probably end up mixing the two. But you got to know your audience and where you're at. So when you know where you're at, then you're like, okay, I'm at the comedy club, and even though I can't see my audience very well, I can look around and get this feel that like they kind of want to hear this tonight instead of this. So yeah,
you can read the room just by
yeah,
the feel. Uh, no, it's and I've done stand up and improv. Now so now when you're pastoring, do you mix in a lot of humor into your pastoring, or do you keep it really focused on
on purpose. I have this thing that I teach in my comedy class called filling in the gaps. And so anytime I'm preaching at a church, my jokes are never like on purpose for the sermon. It's just I'm doing the sermon and it just so happens spontaneously humor comes out of it. But if I'm performing at the comedy club, then normally I may say something to edify the crowd at the very end, and then just like all clean comedy straight across the board. So it just like you said earlier, knowing your audience and just know where you're at, and then you just go from there.
right, and adjust and stick and jab as you move along.
Yes, yeah.
Now we've got a little crawler on here. Leon the Jokester is with us for those of you on the audio version of this. And if you guys want to find out where Leon's going to be or where he's been and what he's done, go to leonthejokester.com, Leon thejokester.com. And that's his website. You can find out all about all your shows, I'm assuming. And I know you got a couple of clips on there, correct?
Yes, lots.
Yeah. So check it out. Lots of fun. I was watching at a couple of shows and on there, and man, you're doing great, man. Your timing was just right on, and you even played with the audience a lot, which I think has really become a big thing. Matt Rife and a few other people have really worked that into an art. Now, do you like to play off the audience a lot, or do you really like to stick more to your written material, your stand up?
Yeah, I like to stick to the stand up. But what I've learned, and this is funny, when I started in the nursing homes, that was the first time I got really comfortable with riffing, and so I was like, oh, I have nothing to lose. They're 90. And so I was like, oh, this will work. So it took the risk. I took the risk, and it took the fear out of riffing at the nursing homes. I was like, oh man, if I can do it at the nursing homes and succeed, I know I'm headed to Hollywood now. And so now when I do the shows, I'm very comfortable with finding at least one or two people, sometimes even coming into the building. I may say hello to someone just to get the name and then use that as like the guide, since of the vision impairment, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to be able to see the crowd when the lights go off. So let me find someone from the front door of the comedy club to the stage, and between that little 10-minute walk and getting situated, then I'll find somebody. And then that way, when I'm on stage, I'll be like, ain't that right, Brian? Ain't that right?
And they're like, I don't know what he's talking
Yes.
about.
So it's all strategic now.
And that's great. That's a beautiful way to play the audience into it. Which, you know, it's so much funner when you can do that and work with the audience even just a little bit and
Yeah.
make them feel right there with you, and you pull them all into it, and then everybody's really involved, and
Yeah.
it has such a better feel when you know. Now, you were talking about riffing, which again, that's comedy ease. Go ahead and explain to everybody what you mean by riffing, because a lot of people don't get the whole lingo of all of this.
Yeah. So with the riffing in comedy is basically bothering people in the audience. So, like, you become the pest as the comedian. You're the nuisance sometimes. A lot of it's
You're the heckler.
Yeah, you turned into the heckler. So it's kind of funny. The hypocrisy in comedy is that we're upset if the heckler interrupts the show, but yet we're interrupting the audience during the show because they came for jokes. They didn't actually come to be picked on. But of course, this generation is more concerned about the Matt Rife stage performance rather than just being themselves. So when you see hundreds and thousands of comedians online riffing now, people in the crowd, then everybody that hits the stage assumes that's what they're supposed to do. But with me, I take a different approach because they may not want to be bothered. And I felt like anxiety in the past when I was in the crowd, just like, oh my goodness, they don't pick on me. And so it's just one of those situations. It's not for everybody, but you know how people are in America. If one person does it, everybody and their grandma's going to do it. So for me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna just, if I get a name or two before the show, I'm good. If not, I come with the real material.
Yeah, no, and that's again, got to read the room, play it the way you see it. Which again, no, this one, that's the one I wanted, the little rim shot, playing the way you see it, because I'm playing off the fact that you are visually impaired.
Yes.
Now, and this has been sort of a recent development over the past 5 years, right?
2016.
Okay. So and you play on that fact. Now, do you get a lot of handicapped people that come to the shows because you are becoming visually impaired, and now it's gradually progressing.
Yes, yes. The older
know,
you get, the more you lose. I have, like, my right eye, there's no sight in the right eye, but there's a lot of black spots that are laying on the retina. And so basically 10 years from now, they say I will be like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. It's like complete lights out. So the older you get, it's almost like being in a well-lit room, and then you have the dimmer. It goes down a little bit more, kind of like the sun. And then once it's nighttime, you can't see anything. So basically the crazy part of this eye disease, retinitis pigmentosa, is basically how the day is. It's bright in the day.
No. And that's an example of how it goes dark right there. Apparently we lost
he was talking about his right eye being blind. I have a hearing deficit in my right ear, which coincidentally is the same side of the car that my wife sits on. I don't know.
You got to bear with me so I can keep up with you here.
He's looking for the rim shot button.
Yeah,
can we call Leon on the phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a quick buzz here, and
we'd like to thank AT&T for their providing the service for today's show. I can say that because I have AT&T. We're calling Leon's people right now, and Leon's people will connect us with Leon.
Hey, Leon. Hey, buddy. We lost you.
You pushed that button we told you not to push.
Yeah, we lost your signal, man. All right. Yeah, please. He didn't even know. So yeah, he was really, but he was sitting there carrying on the show, and he he had the phone like, hello. I was like, hey man, we lost you. Well, you were here. You saw. So we got Leon the Jokester with us. He'll be logging back in here again real quick. Go to leonthejokester.com. Find out where his upcoming shows are. You guys are a great comedian, man. He's again, he works the room a little bit, has a lot of fun with it. He is visually impaired, so he plays around about his handicap. Oh, there he is, right there. Let
We're
me.
talking to him before the show. Just a great and funny guy.
Yeah.
Dealing with the audience and doing crowd work and the relatability. It just helps people so much enjoy the show.
All right. Hey, Leon, you got to flip your camera around again, buddy.
Got the phone thing going on again. There he is.
There he is. Hey-o.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
that was
Leon's
strange.
a tremendous comedian.
Kicked off.
But
You know why I got kicked off? Because the election's around the corner. This happens only during election time. You could have interviewed me any other time throughout the year, but because of election, the AI robots are in the phones.
There you go. No, we just figured you were showing us the example of it going dark, and
yes,
so that was
yes, and that's what happened. So every morning you see the sun come out, and you're like, "Wow, I can see everything." And then by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then you're like, "Huh, okay, now this is shiny outside." And then by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're like, wow, it's pitch dark. And that's exactly that's the best way to describe retinitis pigmentosa.
There it is. And we had an example. So that's even better. That's awesome.
Yes.
Hey, Tony. Tony's out there. Tony.
Yeah, there's Tony.
Thank you so much for joining in with us, buddy. And yeah, if you guys are watching out there, we're trying to monitor the chat as best we can. And usually Andy's way better at it than I am, so apologize.
I realize I can talk to him on my phone. I can't do it through the stream here, but I can chat through my phone.
Now, Leon, so now, how long ago did you realize that you really had a thing for comedy? I mean, were you a young kid? Were you always cracking jokes with people? Is this something that kind of developed through your pastoring? How did this work for you?
Yeah, I was considered the class clown, not too crazy where I was in the principal's office, but I was always the humorous one in the group. But professionally, that happened because of the eye disease. When I stepped down from my job as a case manager, I would still be there if I didn't have the eye disease. I would still be helping people at that job, but when I started noticing I was mixing up checks, and I was like, something's going on with my eyes. And then I almost killed a cop on accident because I was like, why are there the traffic is crazy? So I went around the traffic, not realizing out of my eyes, I was like, oh no, I almost hit a cop that was directing traffic, and he threw his arms up in the air, and I saw him with my good eye. And that was the day in 2016 I said, no more driving, I'm done. Because I was being good, because I'm not doing prison ministry for anyone, and I'm not going to be telling Big Bubba in the jail cell any jokes late at night. And so it was crazy, man. But that was a blessing, that because I would have got that charge immediately. Oh, you hit a cop and killed them, and you were driving.
Oh yeah, we would have had mayhem in the news all over again.
Yeah.
Blind guy taking out police because of being blind.
Yes,
bad juju for sure.
Into the gun, it's just what happens.
Yes. So I was done, man. I was like, I didn't want to let go, because I mean, if you've been driving all your life and then you wake up and you can't drive anymore, that's tough.
Dude, I can't. Yeah, and see, my thing, I've got. I told you I got Stargardt's, which is you've got basically a ring that grows around your pupil, and it eventually closes off your sight. It's really been subdued. It's not submission, but it's at a staying point for the past several years. So
okay,
I'm very blessed about that. But it is weird, it's like all of a sudden you'll see something that's not there, and then all of a sudden it's there again. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I always tell people like if someone introduces me to like their kids, I will see the mom standing in the middle, but not the two kids.
Yeah, yep.
And so it's crazy.
And then you gotta. Oh, there you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people think that I'll be like, no one's ever said this, but hopefully people aren't going around town thinking I'm a jerk. It's like we waved at him and he didn't say anything or wave back, and I was like, I didn't even see you guys, so it's crazy.
They're like, I was right there. How can you miss?
Right there?
Listen, man, you could be standing 3 feet in front of me. I ain't gonna see you. So
yes,
that's nothing against you. I just don't like you.
Yeah.
Do you do anything? Do you do anything with the disability, like any kind of support for medical efforts?
Yeah, well, that's when I teamed up with New View of Oklahoma out here. They're the #1 source for the blind community. And so when they found out about who I was and what I did, going to my website, leonthejokester.com, then they had me do a lot of fundraisers and big shows. I mean, the second biggest building to perform anything in is called the Cox Communication Center, and they actually rented the place out and let me headline.
Wow.
Yeah. So like the blindness opened up doors and it was crazy because the week that I performed there, Matt Rife came the week after that.
Oh,
same
wow,
place,
dude.
same
So you built up the crowd for Matt Rife.
Yeah,
so
pretty
much.
much.
He owes you 10%.
Yeah, he does. So once he gets back in the States with his 80 city tour, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, he's one of those guys, and he's smart. He's riding the wave he's on right now.
Yes.
Because I get it. He's the guy that's nailed what he's doing and how he does it. And there's, like you said, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to mimic it. And and the sad thing is, you see him out there, and you just watch him fail, and it's like,
yeah.
I gotta say, speaking of Matt Rife, he's known for his crowd work, and with family friendly crowds, clean crowds, Leon, as well as I mean, when you're kind of kibitzing with the crowd, we have about half of the things that we cannot say anymore.
Yes.
We can't really bust on people. We can't rip on people, at the level that a non-family friendly show would allow.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I think my strategy has always been do unto others if you will have them do unto you. So there's a time where a lot of things could be happening at my shows. Like, I'll give you an example. A month ago, I did a show at a church, and a little girl kept screaming and hollering in the back. And so what I did was, instead of like bashing the girl, I was just like, wherever you're at, if you need to come to the front, I just opened up a daycare, and I don't mind watching you while doing the act. And then when the show was over, they actually gave me hugs and thanked me, because guess what the girl had? She was autistic. And so had I been another type of comic, I would have made the girl feel bad, the mom feel bad, and then it would have been a debacle of a show. But it's moments like that. And then I did a show 2 weeks ago where a little I think he was about 8 or 9, a kid, he kept talking. Like, every time I said a punchline, he interrupted, and then I walked over to him, got his first name, and then I made him part of the act in a good way. And now they want to book me this coming March, but I say he can't come. But I will come back.
He stays home. I'll be there.
But it's fun though, because you never know if you may get a heckler. I teach this in my comedy class, that the churches, you may not really get the hecklers that much, because people are like, oh, I gotta impress God, I gotta sit here silently like our forefathers. But then there's other people that are like, hey, hecklers can come out of the church and the comedy club simultaneously. So it is what it is.
Oh yeah, no, they have free reign, and they show up sometimes at the least fortunate time.
Yes.
Now, have you ever thought about maybe doing a little tour, like maybe somebody like Josh Blue, or a few handy other, because there's a lot of handicapped comedians that are out there performing. I mean, look at Trip. And
Definitely Trip,
That
right?
one's mine. That one was mine again. No, but I'm just saying, like Josh Blue.
Fonseca.
Yeah, he's here tonight.
Oh no,
Chris Fonseca is?
Yeah, Josh Blue is definitely.
Oh, Josh Blue.
But
yeah,
it's sold out. So because I was about to get the ticket and I was gonna go to the 9 o'clock show, but yeah, it's already sold out, man. I know he's super famous, but I didn't know it was gonna be sold out in Tulsa like that. Like other markets, yeah, I get it, but the Tulsa market really are supporting, and I'm proud of them, man. I was definitely gonna be in the building tonight, but when I looked at the premium, it's like sold out, and then the general admission, I was like, wow, this brother is really killing it. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna put my binoculars up.
Time to start hitting them up, dude. Say, hey, man, let's put out the Handy Capable tour, and get a few of us. We'll all go around and do our bits. I mean, look at Bob Smiley and Tim Hawkins. You know Bob Smiley?
Yeah. Actually, I met him like maybe 2 months ago through another comic. And man, we just been like chopping it up. He's always on my page. I'm on his IG, and I think what it is he saw that I had the disability and was like, oh man, this guy is faith based, clean comic, and so yeah, man, he's like super cool. Now I don't know Tim yet, but one day.
Yeah, no, and he's very guarded about his friendship with Tim. You don't ask him about Tim Hawkins.
Wow.
He's been on the show a couple of times. He's been a good bud here for us, and yeah, no, it's him and Tim Hawkins, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name, that they'll get together and they'll do some shows.
Okay.
And they're just hilarious together. It's like, the Rednecks of Comedy tour kind of thing, where they all get together and they kind of roast each other and perform their bits. And oh man, it's awesome. So yeah, dude, you need to find a crew like that to go out and do a little run.
Well, the cool thing.
Well, hey, ask the Oxymorons. We'll be happy to travel with you and open for you, whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely, man. Hey, anything to connect.
We've been talking.
I do want to come back to Colorado and do some comedy there. That would be a phenomenal deal. So we definitely, Trip, are going to do something.
Make sure you call me.
Yes, definitely, bro. And then I was gonna say, in my comedy class that I teach, right? I teach the intro to comedy and then the master class 4 weeks after that for another 4 weeks. There was a guy that was in the class, and he's in a wheelchair. His name's Charlie, and he took the best notes in the class. And he just told me 2 days ago, he jumped on that stage at the open mic at the comedy club and killed it for 5 minutes. And so now we have these ideas about having the first, kind of like what you said, Christian, like the for the disability night. And it's like I'll headline and he'll feature, and we'll find someone that's deaf to open and have the whole 9 yards there. Like, I think because it's never been done like that, stacked up. Like, yeah, you can have Josh Blue come or something like that, but to have it stacked up where everybody has a disability and we're just killing it the whole night, that would be phenomenal.
And playing off each other in a handy capable way.
Yeah.
Okay, that, which now means, since you said that I had the idea, I get 15% of the royalties.
Here we go. It's always,
and we'll promote the hell out of you here on the show and all our sites.
It's always something, Trip. Don't trip. Don't trip.
A question, Leon, do you ever, we've talked about some faith issues here. Do you ever bring the faith on stage to a comedy show with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Outside of a church.
Yeah. Well, the name of the first tour is Walk by Faith, Not by Sight comedy tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one is the How I See It, so a comedy tour. So what we do is we go back and forth depending on where we're at, corporate level of shows. It may be the How I See It comedy tour. And then if it's like, church, Pentecostal, Baptist, whatever it may be, then that's when we get into the whole Walk by Faith, Not by Sight comedy tour. And I'm kind of like Michael Jr. I never want to change the name. I've been very comfortable with the 2 Corinthians 5:7 title. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to continue to go with,
Yeah, man. And hey, I was going to say, tilt your camera down a little bit. It's
there we go.
Flipped up on you. There you go. I understand you can't see it all that well, so I'm trying to coach you
Thank
along. I apologize.
Now I owe you.
And
How much do I owe you for helping me?
I want an autographed shirt or something, you know.
Thank
We for, again, people listen on the audio version. We've got Leon the Jokester here, faith-based comedian, clean comedian, and we've talked about this before with a lot of other comedians, Dennis Gaxiola, Trip. Now, how hard is it to really do clean comedy for you? Because it's so easy, like everybody, you know, can go down the dark road and, you know, drop the F bombs or whatever and play the dirty game. But, you know,
Only when I'm in traffic.
yeah,
Here we go. Don't trip.
hey, Colorado Springs traffic will
Yes.
make you turn.
It's
Trust
crazy.
me.
Pueblo, Colorado actually made the top 10 for worst cities to drive in. I think they came in like number 8 in the nation.
I believe.
And
Not surprised. But not. I mean, do you spend a lot of time really working hard on? I mean, you know, do you ever get struggles with it, or you know, does it just seem to really kind of flow pretty naturally? And you're like, oh, and then you got to pull out a pen and paper and start writing then and there.
Yeah, we have about 4,200 original jokes in the iPhone right now.
4,200. Oh my gosh.
and so many jokes it shut it down just a moment ago.
I was going to say you're going to make sure you pay your AT&T bill so you don't lose those. Uh-oh, we lost his mic. We can't hear
We
you.
spoke too soon.
Can you guys hear me?
No, there we go. There we go. You were cutting out there for a second. What? Go ahead and repeat what you just said. Leon?
We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Keep
Can
going.
you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
I don't hear.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Now his hearing's gone.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
We got you, buddy.
Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, perfect. I can't hear you guys. Well, I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, what the situation at hand with the whole writing new material and whatnot, it's easy to do clean. It's so easy that it's even laughable in a sense. And I'm gonna tell you why, is because you're not approaching the jokes by saying, oh, I want to be clean. It's already what's in the inventory of your soul. And so with most people, it's like, oh, I'm writing a dirty joke because this is what the crowd wants to hear. So they're going off of thinking that they're pleasing the crowd, but they can actually get canceled that way. They can mess up their whole career. But what they fail to realize is that whatever's in the inventory of your heart, that's what's going to come out. So for me, being faith-based, being a follower of Christ, the whole 9 yards, I'm approaching comedy because before I even got into comedy, I'm already like a follower of Christ. I'm a Christian, right? So I'm actually writing material based on my heart for God, not based on, well, in comedy, should I do clean? Should I do blue material? None of that stuff. So all I have to do is just do whatever is already in my heart. And that's how the material comes about my life and everything that's going on a daily basis.
Nice.
God says in the Bible, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's where we draw our clean from.
Yeah.
Man, I can't hear.
He still can't hear us. Hey, I'm going to.
Tony says he can hear everything out there. Maybe he's going to log back in.
Yeah, I was about to tell him to go ahead and log out and log back in. We've only got a few more minutes with him anyway. We got to get things wrapped up here.
Christian, I didn't know you were a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I did stand up when I was doing radio. I did stand up and improv for a while, and had a blast with it. I mean, you know, I worked with a small troupe out of the Central Coast, and there he is right there. But yeah, I did my own little stand up routine for a while and had some fun Can you hear us, buddy?
Yes, you're back in.
All right.
Cool.
Just
No,
need a reboot.
that was really well said there, my man. And now, okay, so and I was just saying, we're gonna have to get wrapping up here real quick, but and so I'm gonna skip our random questions of insanity, which we. I know. That's the guy in the rafters.
Guy in the roof.
He waits for it every week, and we're gonna have to bring you back, is what I'm saying.
Yes. But after the election, because that's why I keep getting kicked off, because the election, man. It's not the phone. We got iPhones. It's definitely the election, bro. Every time it's an election, crazy stuff is happening. But if you interview me before Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, no problem, Chris.
April Fool's Day, that's a big day.
5 bars, everything's just fine. But if you do an interview the next 2 weeks, it is what it is.
Right. Hey, man. No, and I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. Real quickly, I just want to touch on the base. You keep talking about your classes. Now, you're doing improv, or what are you just teaching basically stand up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they stand up on Tuesday nights. They allowed me they hired me, the school, to do 4 weeks, 90-minute a piece per class, and then after you pass the intro to comedy, and then you sign up for the master class, and then we do 4 more weeks, 90 minutes a piece, and then we go from there. And what I mainly do in the master class is help them build the 30-minute, technically 20-minute set, 40-minute set, and 60-minute set. Times have changed since the 70s and 80s. Back then, everybody was strong on the 1 hour. Nowadays, when you're booked, I've seen headliners do 45 minutes and then they're gone. And
right.
So, because of the short attention span of this generation, I feel like the 1 hour special, unless you're famous on Netflix, is dwindled down to like 45 minutes. I've even seen headliners do 30 and then they're done. But me recently, I've reached I actually have 90 minutes of material that's in here, but I did an hour and 4 minutes the other night for a big show for Adult and Teen Challenge, and I'm gonna just keep growing. So one day, maybe 5 or 10 years from now, they'll go back to that hour being the norm.
Nice.
When you do a set, if I can interrupt real quick, a lot of I've worked with a lot of comedians, and a lot of them kind of have the same jokes. You go, it's the same rehearsed set. You said you got 42,000 in there. Do you pick and choose when you say you read the room?
No,
are you picking and choosing? And
4,200.
4,200. Still a big number, but you go and you read the room. Are you just kind of picking and choosing what you want to draw from in your own memory, or do you have a setup set?
Yeah. I'm really big on joke structure. So what I like to do is just pull from my everyday life. It's not every day that you're going to see a blind comedian that's clean and African American. So this has been told to me from booking agencies in Nashville, Tennessee, that like, oh, you're an anomaly because most black comics are all blue. So what are you doing that's different? So when they hear my material and they're like, oh, okay, this is refreshing for the whole world to enjoy, because it's not only jokes that you never heard before, because you're not always going to the club to see someone blind perform, but it's also like faith-based. It's like just pulling from my everyday life. So when people hear it for the first time, they're like blown away because of what everybody else is doing in general. So yeah, it actually works out. So all those jokes that are in my phone is just how do I see the world through blindness?
Yeah, basically that was their nice way of saying you're a freak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, hey man.
Christian said that.
I'm not afraid. No, seriously, you want to talk about freaks? Hello. So okay, Leon, I'm so sorry we ran short on time. I know we had some technical problems in the beginning. Dude, please come back and hang out with us some more. I would love to have you on, and yeah, we'll do it in a couple of months or whatever. But dude, you got to come back on, and we got to spend more time together, brother. Seriously. Leon the Jokester, go to leonthejokester.com. You can find out about all your classes. You got clips, any shows you got coming up, past shows you've done. Get with him. If you see him coming to your town, hey, book him for your church event. You got a big church event coming up, hit up leonthejokester.com. Get him over there. Have some fun with it. He ain't afraid of nothing, is you? Dude, man, I love having you on here, bro. I'm sorry
Yes.
ran so short on time, but we will bring you back. And Leon, again, thank you, brother. Can't wait to have you on. Hang out for a little bit. We're gonna talk after the show here. All right, my man. All right, bro. Peace out. Thank you so much, dude. And ladies and gentlemen, Leon the Jokester. Wow. Oh man. I'll see.
Wow.
This is why I had a 2-hour show. It's just rough.
But his Radio Shack phone cut it short.
Yeah, it's Radio
Shack phone, I think.
Okay, so listen. Again, we are running short on time, and I apologize. We started off with some technical difficulties, and it just kind of made it a little confusing and rough on us. But
it steamrolled, it snowballed, it dominoed.
Yeah, all
insert
of the
your.
But we're gonna get him back. Thank you all, everybody, so much for joining in with us, and all the people that watched and were chatting in with us. I'm sorry we couldn't get you all more involved in what we had going on here. In the meantime, though, listen, kids, it's time for us to. There it is, right there. There's our exit music. I want to thank Mr. Trip Uhalt right here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Oxymorons Comedy. Go to oxymoroncomedy.com. Find out where they're going to be. You've got what's the your show's coming up November 9th.
November 9th, oxymoronscomedy.com. Give you all the information you need to know. There's ticket links. Look for our link tree, Oxymorons Comedy, and everything you need to know. Thanks to you for having me on, Christian. Miss you, Andy, and I just had a tremendously good time, and looking forward to hearing more about Leon. And man, looking forward to him coming to town and performing with him.
And you're gonna be back with us here in the very near future. I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, I'm still working that debt off. I'm an indentured servant. I owe Christian money.
Whoa! We're just gonna leave that where it lays. And but we've got a little special something coming up with Trip and a lady that will be with us soon, Tammy Devine from the DFE.
How quickly Trip forgets.
So we've got some big news coming up. Let's put it that way. So we're gonna have all that here shortly. In the meantime, kids, we got to get rolling. Thank you all so much for being a part of this show. We love you. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. We're all we got out there. God bless you, and we will see you next week with John Lutz. John Lutz will be with us.
John Lutz.
And I'm just trying to find my
the black switch.
Yeah, the right credits there. Here we go. All right, kids. Peace out.
Leon knew where that was.